out of Mexico. Let me tell you.
Now we are going to Canada.
Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sherifat and I'm based in Nova Scotia, Canada. On my YouTube channel, I just share my life experiences about life here in Canada. Also, I do a bit of immigration because I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. And I help you with your study applications to come to Canada, visit permanent residents, work permits, school admissions, and all those good stuff. So if you need any of our services, please hook up with us and grin to your lips.
Welcome to Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Fifi, we are now in Canada. We are back home. We are back home. We're almost here. At least we are in the country, right? We are in the country. We are in Canada. This video is a continuation of our summer vacation. Like some of you have been following my videos on our summer vacation, we went to Cancun in Mexico, and this was on our way back from Mexico. Then we had this 24-hour layover in Calgary and Alberta. Alberta is another province in Canada, so we thought to tour the places. It was our first time in Alberta, so we thought to just explore the place without leave opportunity, and we had a lot done in Alberta in 24 hours. So come with me in this video and see all we got to do in Calgary in Alberta. So before I show you what we got to do in the city of Calgary in Alberta, I'm just tell you what we got to do in the airport itself. Because our flight landed around 12 or 1 a.m. We had to land originally by 11 p.m. If you saw my previous video about our Cancun, Mexico trip, the last video I talked about how we had a delay in the air, like there was turbulence in the air, so we couldn't move for like about an hour or two. So we had a delayed, arrival to Calgary. So we got around past 12 before we then came out with our luggages around 1 a.m. So what we did was, I didn't plan to book an hotel, because if we book an hotel by I think 11 a.m. we had to check out, and I'm like, what's the point of booking an hotel? And luckily for us, the airport had like conducive seats that we could sleep on. So me and the kids slept on. Though I didn't really sleep really. It was the kids that slept. They slept in for a couple of hours. So in the morning we then set out to tour a bit. Because our flight to Halifax was 11 p.m. That day. So we had to land 11 p.m. and then leave 11 p.m. the next day. So that's why I thought, oh, let's just, we have 24 hours. Let's do some things in Calgary and, see what we can get to do. It was a very good idea, idea. No regret at all. It was worthwhile. Even though it was just for one day, we did quite, a number of things like tourists would do, in Calgary. Anyway, this is the airport. I like the airport. It felt safe. It felt that they had conducive seats. Like I said before, we were able to lie down on the chairs. And then the good thing about this airport is that I'd assume other airports have this facility, but I've never had to do this before. In all my travel time. So what they do here is you're able to leave your luggages for a number of maybe hours or days, and then you pay. Since our flight was for 24 hours, the airline said they could not check in our bag all up to Halifax, that we had to pick up our bags in Calgary. From Mexico to Calgary, Cancun to Mexico. Sorry, Cancun to Calgary, we pick our bags, our luggages, and then we check in the bags when we're about to leave for Halifax. There was no way we could carry all our bags to start touring in Calgary. So we now paid, and I think it was, I can't remember how much we paid, but it was quite insignificant. The amount was very, very affordable for us to be able to put our bags, in the airport, and then we came back to get them, and then we checked them in. So this was us on our way to the town, to Calgary, downtown Calgary. So come with us. Oh, in Toronto for 5 years? Yeah. When did you move here?
Last year.
Oh, right. Apparently Alberta is calling.
Yeah, like Alberta, I can say the Calgary especially, it's very quiet.
Very quiet?
As compared to Toronto.
Toronto, yeah, it's a busy city, right?
Yeah, Toronto is very busy city. It's less traffic here.
Okay.
Good environment, I can say. Because of the mountains, they have the fresh air, fresh environment.
Oh.
Because in Toronto, a lot of pollution.
I know, right? Buildings everywhere.
Yeah, so it's nice.
Better.
Yeah, it's better.
and even the taxes is lower, right? The tax,
Yes.
and even the houses is cheaper than Toronto, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so-
now it's increasing here as well.
because
But
of the
compared to
demand,
Toronto, still it's cheaper.
it's still better, right?
Yeah, still
yeah,
better.
yeah. Even Halifax, like I moved here about 7 years ago, and they were like cheaper houses back then, but now it's very expensive. But it's still better,
Yeah.
even as it is, than bigger cities.
I know I think before COVID,
Yeah.
I think in 2020 the houses here, you can buy the big bungalows, I can say like 3 garage house
Yeah.
for 500,000.
3
550.
garages?
Yeah.
Wow.
Here, at that time.
That
But
time.
now it's 1 million.
1 million.
1.1. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like that now.
It's not even bad because it's for like 3 garages is still a good deal for 1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in Toronto, you cannot.
Maybe a very small cubicle
Small
for 1
townhouse, I
million.
can say. Just townhouse in 1 million.
I'm not even in Toronto, maybe like outside of Toronto.
Even my friend, he bought a house at 850, I guess,
Yeah.
just last year. But it's a house, I can say, built in 1980s.
Wow.
Very old house.
So it's not even new, yeah.
Yeah, so he have to rebuild everything. He have to make his own basement.
So he spent
and
so much
everything.
money. Yeah. That's the big city life.
Yeah, like if you go for the old houses, like which built in 80s and 90s, then you can get a good deal in Toronto as well.
renovate it, to
Yeah,
your
then
taste.
you have to renovate it. So.
But you have to have money because not everybody has that kind of cash, right?
Oh, yeah.
To renovate. Interesting.
Here you can say condos are very cheap. Still condos are very cheap.
Cheap.
Like
Yeah.
around 250 to
In Toronto?
300,000, you will get around 2 to 3 BHK here very easily.
Oh, really? Here in Toronto?
In Calgary.
Okay.
Like for townhouse, you can see the good townhouse, like spacious one,
Yeah.
under $500,000.
Wow, that's good.
You get a good townhouse. Like
Wow.
3 BHK, 1400 square feet one.
Mhm.
Nice.
Wow. Cool.
So Alberta is the 8th province we've been to in Canada out of 10 provinces. Aside from Nova Scotia, Alberta is the second province that felt like home for me. I've been to 7 other provinces, and honestly, this province was just it for me. Honestly, the people, the vicinity, the scenery, everything was just clicking. Honestly, so we went just to tour. So the first place we were going to was CN Tower. No, not CN Tower, Calgary Tower. I beg your pardon, Calgary Tower. But before then, we were very hungry, so we went to eat. So it was more like brunch lunch. It was like late morning stroke afternoon, so we had some food, and the food was really good.
All right. Thank you. This looks good.
Do you like my pudding?
Yeah. Looks good. Is it nice? Can I have a taste because I'm so hungry. Please.
Do you guys need anything else right
Hello guys. You enjoying your meal?
Yeah.
You enjoying your meal? Have you enjoyed yours?
Yeah, pudding.
Very creamy and cheesy. I love it.
Maybe the
Nice.
pudding.
At this restaurant, we all had different, menu. Like 4 of us chose something different, and it was all good. When you go to a restaurant, maybe one thing is not good, one thing is good, but all 4 menu that we chose were good. Then we had dessert, and then that's it. That was what we had. So it was more like breakfast and lunch combined together. And then we set out to tour the city. Once they said that when you are hungry, then nothing else matter until you fill your tummy. So once our tummy were filled, we then set out to tour. So before I go to a new place, I always have a plan, ahead. So I'd Googled, tourist places in Calgary because I knew that we're going to stop by here for 24 hours. So Calgary Tower was one of the places I got recommendations for on Google. And also when I got to the airport, I asked the people at the airport, even the cabman, oh, that where's like a popular place to go there. The Calgary Tower was like almost number one on everybody's list. So we went there, and we also got some other recommendations because we had just 24 hours. We couldn't do much, so we went to Calgary Tower, and we had a nice experience. We were in Toronto last summer, and we went to CN Tower, which is quite similar to Calgary Tower. We couldn't go in because we got there late, and they had a time that it closed. The last set had gone in before we came, so I was really pained. So we couldn't go to CN Tower. So I'm like, okay, this is an opportunity for us to go to a similar tower, still in Canada. So we went here, we got ticket, and then we waited for our turn. Then we went up. Yes, we're going to the Calgary Tower. Let's go see it. Let's go see how it is. I'm scared right now. Yeah, I think we're there. Observation deck.
Oh my ears are like.
Hurting.
Not hurting.
Oh my god.
I went on the grass one.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's not scary.
Do your TV just to make sure.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at the view. Just look at that. It's scary. I didn't think I have a phobia for ice, but I think I do. I'm scared. Sorry. Wow.
This is nice when you look down.
Calgary Tower is a top destination in Calgary in Alberta, and I was happy to be able to go here. I was saying earlier about CN Tower. CN Tower is way taller than this, of course. It's like almost times 3 of Calgary Tower. So what happens here is just come, and the entrance fee is quite affordable, I would say. For adults, it's about $19.99 per adult, and for kids about $10.99. That's like $10 or thereabouts. So it means about, say, $50, or so, accessing this place. So we went around the place, the building, like it was so intimidating. I don't know if I have phobia for heights, but when I was here, I was a bit scared. Even the kids were not scared. I was like a bit scared. You could see through, like they had this glass floor that I could stay on, and it could feel like you're about to fall. Anyway, it was a nice experience. The kids loved it, and yeah.
I'm surprised for them not that scared.
Yeah, I know, right? This is really brave,
And you have to look there. This is so hard.
From here, you get to see Calgary from above, and you get the best view and perspective of the beautiful city.
Oh, I thought you went over there. This was from 1967.
Yeah, when it was first built.
Yeah.
The last 2 years. Like the year you were born.
Oh, yeah.
Like the years both of you were born.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
Does she know?
but you know this is when you were born? No.
That's the year you were born, 2018.
2018.
And that's the year Nabila was born, 2014.
2014. Mommy,
Yes, baby.
I like this one.
Yeah, it's actually a beautiful at night. To be glowing at night, right?
It was close to 1980.
Close, right? 1985. A year after I was born.
Yeah.
So Calgary Tower has 30 floors. We went through the elevator, and it's a 13 tallest building in Calgary. I understand there are about 802 steps in the tower, so you're able to go through the stairs, if you want to, but we went through the elevator. To climb the stairs in Calgary Tower, I heard it could take you between 10 to 30 minutes. Did you have fun? Did you enjoy it? Cool.
Cancun Tower.
It's not Cancun Tower. What is it?
Tower Cancun.
No, Calgary Tower.
Oh.
You say Cancun Tower. It is Cancun Tower. No, Calgary Tower.
And there's a gift shop on the lower level of the tower where we can get gift items. So that was what we got to do at Calgary Tower. We had a nice time. The kids enjoyed it. I also enjoyed it. So if you're in Calgary, Alberta, make it a stop at the Calgary Tower. Also, there's something we didn't do then, which was a restaurant up there, because we just finished eating when we went there, so we didn't have the need to go and eat. So, but if you would like to explore, the restaurant up there, we didn't get to go there. Extra money though to get to access there and eat there, but we didn't get to go there. Anyways, once we are done, we then went out. We then went about the next tourist place, which is the Devonian Gardens. It's a tropical botanical gardens inside a shopping mall. It has fish ponds, it has palms, it has a children's play area. Beautiful garden. You should stop there as well. The shopping mall where the Devonian Gardens is called the Core Shopping Center in downtown Calgary.
There will be a concert.
How do your shoe now? Where are the girls? Tell her that you have a minimum of 5 more minutes for them to be aware. They don't start crying when it's time to go.
Climb the door.
Yeah, I'm looking. Good job.
I like your sweatsuits. Those are cool.
Thank you.
You made them?
No, I bought them.
Really nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
To go into the gardens is free. There's no entrance fee, which is beautiful. It's an indoor garden that spans 3 acres and is home to waterfalls, trees, and thousands of plants. I've never seen this much plants all in one place in my life. I don't think I have. It's like the most plants I've seen at once in a place. Very beautiful scenery. It's just, if you love nature, you'll love it here. My kids loved it, particularly Nabila. Nabila loves nature a lot. Like,
Beautiful plants.
No, we don't know. Why did they have those on it?
What?
What is that?
Those I'm not sure. It's not really a palm tree.
I feel like it's time to go. So it's time to go to the library. They should be excited. Okay, Nabila, it's time for the library. See her right there. Fiuza, time to go. All right.
we had a nice time at the garden, so we set out to another place. Let me mention, that I love the transport system in Calgary. We only bought a ticket, and the ticket we were able to go on the bus and on the train with that ticket. I can't even remember how much we paid, but it was quite affordable, honestly, and it's easy to access. I like the transport system, in Calgary. The next stop is the Calgary Central Library. Beautiful, beautiful place. So come with us. I'd heard and seen many videos about Calgary Public Library, particularly the Central Library. So it was good to experience it in person. Though I've been raving about how I like Calgary in Alberta, but let me see something that we didn't really like. And it was the fact that we saw a lot of homeless people around the library. It's not something we are used to in Halifax. Like, you hardly find people hanging around just like that around a public place like that. So me and my kids didn't really like that about Calgary. But every other thing, we loved it. It was even a bit that even said, when I was saying, oh, I love Calgary, it was like, oh, I love it too, but I didn't like the fact that we had so many homeless people around, the public place like a library. Anyway, that's the only thing we didn't really like about Calgary. But every other thing, we loved the city. Then we went to the library. When we came in, we saw a wedding taking place. I don't know if it's a real wedding or it's a fake wedding, but it looked real. They had people, attendants, the couple, beautiful, quiet, simple ceremony. And then we went on to explore the library. The kids loved it. My kids love the library. Like, the library is a place we go to a lot, so they love it here. The library. So it was good to experience another library in Canada. I don't think we've been to a library anywhere else aside from Calgary. Like, I don't think we went to any library even when we went to the other 7 provinces. I don't think so. So it was nice to see another library outside of the ones we have in Nova Scotia. So yeah, we toured, just saw the place. Another thing I didn't like about this place is, like in Halifax, you are able to use like, we have what we call guest passes. They are like available, readily available on the desk of the front office. Just pick one, guest pass, access the computer, access the things. But here, it was a bit more complex. You had to fill a form, you had to submit your ID, like so many things. Like, I'm like, this is too much of a hassle. But aside that, beautiful place. We got there when we were about to close. It was on a Sunday, I remember. But it was nice to experience this beautiful architecture, beautiful building. I don't even think this video is doing enough justice to it because we didn't have enough time to explore as much. But I mean, the little you can see here, you can see how beautiful the place is. That's all we got to do here. The kids went to the play area, went to the bookshelf. I went around the building, went up the stairs just to explore. And yeah, that's it. Up next is a tour of some schools in Calgary. Like, I'm an admission consultant and I help with school admissions with my clients. So I saw some schools, in person. It's always good to see the schools in person. I saw like 3 schools: University of Calgary, Bow Valley College, and a couple of other ones just around where. Like, I didn't really do like a proper school tour, but I mean, it was good to see the schools in person. So the bay, that's the library I ate there. So the library is quite central. The schools around here have easy access to transportation. So if you are looking to study in Calgary, Alberta, reach out to us as Green Tulips to be able to assist you with your school admissions and your visa applications. Okay. I love the fact that these schools are like in town. You have access to public transport, a lot of restaurants, and beautiful scenery, really. So yeah, I love that about the schools around here. So yes, so we went around, and that's the last thing we got to do. But it was really, really, I mean, see the time we had and see the much we did in just 24 hours. Like, even though we were tired, I was sleepy for one because I didn't sleep very well at the airport. Anyways, then we went to have our last meal for the day before we went back to the airport. We went to this Thai restaurant. The food was also good. Another thing I love about Calgary is, like, they had good food. Like, we went to 2 restaurants, and both restaurants food was good. All the things we ordered was really, really good. So we ate. So this was like our dinner. It was around maybe 6, 7 o'clock or 8 or thereabouts. Our flight was for 11 p.m. So we plan to leave for the airport 3 hours before our flight.
Be fast, the Uber is already waiting for us, my love.
Just walking like she's a princess.
She is, my love.
She is a princess. She just walking like she has all the time.
Let's go.
Is it outside?
By the side, you have to walk outside of the road. That gold one. It's so cool. We're here. Our Uber is here. Nabla, you go first. Sorry. Go first. Fida, yeah.
So we got back to the airport about 3 hours before our departure time. Then we went to pick our luggages. Then we went to check in.
Very much.
Yeah, I think you to sign this.
For sure.
Just saying that you're picking it up, and then you're good to go.
Thank
That's
you.
It. Take care, guys.
You too.
Check-in was seamless. It went well. Since we got to the airport 3 hours before our departure time, we had some more time to play. They had these cute things in the airport that the kids were able to play in.
Well, I feel I had a passenger before.
Really?
Yeah. One butchered.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo!
Drive safe, pilot Fuser. Pilot Fuser. Drive safe. Inshallah, you know follow.
All the passengers are strange. You have to.
This is how they drive aeroplane. Say down full and one.
Bobby, can you start driving?
Careful.
Yeah. Kind.
For sure.
Can you let me to drive this airplane?
Okay, baby. Good idea. Let me join my pilot daughter. Yeah, it's so small for me. Drive pilot.
Even my feet can't fit.
Do you know what?
I go press the button that you can fall down.
I should press.
Now you're falling.
Outside, outside.
No, it's here.
Here, okay, here.
Now you're falling.
Inshallah, we'll not follow. I'm so tired. Man. Did you see? To the glory of God, we got to Halifax, Nova Scotia safely. It was exhausting. Let me not even lie. Like the travel, the layover, it was fun. It was memorable. It was worthwhile. You know, the memories we created on this trip, you know, it's enough for a book, honestly. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
So this trip was a total of 7 days. We spent 5 days in Cancun, Mexico. We spent 1 day in Calgary, Alberta. The seventh day was more like the travel time because we flew from Halifax to Toronto, from Toronto to Cancun, Cancun to Calgary, Calgary back to Halifax. So all that took about, you know, a day with the layover and all that. This trip is one of my best summer trips ever. It was very memorable. Like I could cry just thinking about all we got to do together. Like even my kids made it more memorable. It was to be a solo trip before I took my kids last minute. I'm glad I did take them along because I did call out to the trip.
Alhamdulillah, Rabbi Alameen.
I'm so happy.
I'm happy too. We're home.
Yeah.
Home sweet home. Feels like home. Is that home sweet home? Yeah. Feels like a bed. Yeah.
Me too.
Are you excited?
Bye-bye.
And also, Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, I said that like 4 times.
I say like 3.
I think like 1,000,000 times because it's a big deal that we traveled all the way and Alhamdulillah we are back safely. Oh sure, Alhamdulillah. How was the trip, guys?
Good. It was really fun.
It was fun, Abby. Fiza and Abdullah. They are talking about their rooms and beds. Alhamdulillah.
We had a wonderful time. I still missed home. I missed homemade food. Once we got back, I made some poundo yam, some okra soup, and some stew. Well, I had the stew and the soup at home before already. Like when I'm traveling, I try to have food in the house. So when I come, I'm not cooking. Like I still want to be in that holiday mode for a couple of more days, you know, before I come back to reality. So I had the stew and the soup in the freezer, you know, and then I just made poundo yam and this meal was everything. It was as if I've not eaten for many days. Like I'm a proper Niger girl. Like I mean I enjoy the meals and Mexico and you know Alberta, but you see that special Nigerian food, that Nigerian delicacy. If I don't eat it for a long time, I miss it a lot. Anyways, that's how it was, and we got back. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know if you enjoyed all my vlogs from Mexico and this one from Calgary. Thank you so much for your support, for everything, engagement. I do appreciate it. Take care of yourself. Be good. Show kindness. The world needs a lot of that. God bless you. Bye.